Most wars are fought over land, power or politics, but some, they're just downright bizarre. From battles over a pig to an all-out war against giant birds, these stories are so strange you'd think I made them up. But they're all 100% real. Let's dive into the weirdest wars in human history, the Emu War, Australia, 1932. Yes, this was a real war against birds. In 1932, Australian farmers were overwhelmed by thousands of emus destroying their crops. The government sent soldiers armed with machine guns to solve the problem, but the emus outmaneuvered them. After weeks of chasing, the emus kept escaping. The final result? A humiliating loss for the humans. The birds won, and today it's known as the only war ever lost to a flock of flightless birds. The War of the Oaken Bucket, Italy, 1325. This war began over a bucket. Yes, a literal wooden bucket. Two rival city-states in Italy, Modena and Bologna, had long-standing tensions. But in 1325, Modena soldiers stole a wooden bucket from a Bologna well. Bologna demanded it back. Modena said no, and that sparked a full-scale war that killed hundreds. Modena won, and to this day they still keep the bucket as a trophy. No joke. The Pig War, USA versus UK, 1859. In 1859, the US and the British Empire almost went to war over a pig. A British pig wandered into an American settler's garden on the San Juan Islands and ate his potatoes. The settler shot the pig. That one pig sparked an international incident. Troops were deployed, warships arrived. And for weeks it looked like war was inevitable. But in the end, cooler heads prevailed, no shots were fired, and the only casualty was the pig. The Football War, El Salvador versus Honduras, 1969. In 1969, a World Cup qualifying match between El Salvador and Honduras turned deadly. Tensions were already high due to immigration and land disputes. But after a violent match and nationalist media coverage, violence erupted. Within days, the countries went to war. Airstrikes, ground troops, over 2,000 people killed. It's known as the Football War, proving soccer isn't always just a game. The War of Jenkins' Ear, Britain versus Spain, 1739. This one started with an ear. British Captain Robert Jenkins claimed that Spanish coastguards boarded his ship and cut off his ear. Years later, he presented it, shriveled and preserved, in front of Parliament. The result? Britain declared war on Spain, and what followed were years of bloody battles in the Caribbean and the Americas, all sparked by a single severed ear. From buckets and birds to pigs and ears, war isn't always about power. Sometimes it's just plain ridiculous. Which war shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments. Hit like, subscribe and stay curious, because history is way weirder than you think.